there, partner.
Oh, there he is, the man himself,
Jimmy Riley.
Josh Landers. What's up, my dude?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling, Putting in some extra hours out here at the crib, Little 6 p.m. meeting.
Oof, what do you got to meet about at 6 p.m.?
I don't know. Where were they? They were in America too. They must have had real jobs, but
Oh, that makes
I don't
sense.
like doing something after work or something. 20 minutes showing them the platform. Yeah, so this is how much it costs. How's that sound from an initial standpoint? Oh, maybe if that was like the yearly price, but
Oh no, that's not what you want to hear.
okay.
That is pretty funny though. Damn,
The worst.
that's a stinker. Taking it at 6 p.m., doing them a solid, and then getting the old shutdown.
So many people I'm doing a solid for in that transaction. There's this dev, right? First day on the job or whatever. His first 2 passes he ever
And
passes.
is the dev where you're at, or below, or above?
Below. They
Right,
booked
that's
the
where
meetings
you
for
were
us.
at. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he has his first 2 meetings, so I take him. I'm like, all right, let me, usher this guy into the game here.
Right. He'll
That was
scratch
the
your back
first
eventually.
The first one was this morning at 7 a.m. reschedule, and then there was this one. Fucking
What a
had zero
jackass. Tell him to get
had
some
0%.
feel.
No, wait for this. This is why I'm telling the story. Shows up today in a Kings jersey.
I would have fucking assaulted this guy. There would have been no questions asked. I would have, as soon as he sat down and looked at his computer, I would have fucking clocked him right in the ear.
Yo, he comes up to me, he goes, "Hey, how'd that 7 a.m. go?" I said, "Oh man, they canceled at me on the last minute." He said, "All right, light the beam, man."
Oh, dude, he's trying to fight. Who is this kid? How old is he?
I kind of respect this kid. He's
Same.
definitely-
At this point, he just really selling it.
First week, he's already in there with the jersey, talking shit to people.
Holy hell!
Which is, it's funny because we do these little like round tables. I guess they just started doing it where they have someone in my position, and then they have the devs kind of like go into different rooms and talk to different closers and just get a feel and ask questions and stuff. And yeah, so he was in there when I did my round table or whatever. And the piece of advice that I gave him was, try and become boys with the closers because it makes life a lot easier,
Exactly.
So I feel like he's diving 2 feet into that advice, and I love to see it. It's like refreshing. It's like the first dev that we had come around that seems to be a little bit of a boy.
Right, like
but
kind
he
of
is on
normal.
the shyer side. But he is normal.
But that's so nice. He'll break out of that. And I feel like the shyness is a good thing. You know what I mean? At first, like a little bit, like wait, like not interjecting every single second, never trying to get your joke out. You know what I mean? But that goes a long way, being just fucking normal. It's crazy.
I was gonna say it's ideal. I'm genuinely jealous of people who are somewhat like quiet, reserved, only speak when spoken to.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of jealous of them because people just love those type of people. It's like you don't say anything to anyone, and then after a while, everyone will be done talking, and they'll be like, "What about you, man? You're awesome, dude."
Exactly. Well, that's like a military type deal. Like Jocko, I don't know if you know who Jocko Willink is, but like he always talks about be the last one to talk. Like never put your idea out first. Take everything in. That's the other thing. You get everyone's input. You get to weigh in where everyone's at, and then you get your piece. But damn, that good for that guy. You love to see a new dog coming in and pissing everywhere, marking his territory.
No, honestly. Are you familiar with the story of Jocko breaking some guy's back doing jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Like a comedian or something like that?
No, I think it was a bow hunter. I forget. Shit. Yeah, crazy.
From what I remember, he's about to get tapped out, and then he just pulled some Superman strength shit and broke this guy's back. I was like, this story checks out so much.
Exactly.
Jocko is totally the guy that's not going to tap.
He's got fucking sausage hands. I mean, everything about that guy is just like exudes masculinity.
He's got hand frames built into his neck.
Exactly. You're not choking that. Have you seen the Iron Neck? Speaking of necks, have you seen one of those?
taquito spikes or
No, it's like a halo that goes on your head, and you like move your head for like neck exercises. I've been using it.
oh,
It's like so crucial for jujitsu. And like not even for like
whoa.
getting stuff out, for just like not getting that sore neck after getting choked all class and shit like that. It's pretty
And it
nice.
strengthens, right?
Strengthens big time. Yeah. I mean, can't you tell? I mean,
No, that
look at
should be
that.
like football prep,
Yeah,
especially for youngsters,
that's what they're
like
saying.
JV
It's
guys.
for
Yeah,
CTE and stuff like that. It would be a huge help. Rogan's pushing it a bunch. I mean, obviously that's why I
oh,
had to hop on board. But
full steams ahead.
exactly. No,
Jo-
they're super sick though.
Joe Huggins.
Joe Hogan. Speaking of, how's Jits been going? I saw you got the first gi. Let's go. We love that.
Oh, I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm all the way in it at this point. I was super sore after the first week. I kind of went in. I
Yeah.
was sore, but I went anyway. And then I got even more sore. But I could already feel myself getting in a little bit better shape. But nah, man, it's been good. It's been good. But at the same time, it's like, dude, when am I going to be able to learn all these moves? Like, you do a class, you drill 1, 2 moves of the class, and then
Right. They
you're
accumulate
kind of
though. It's crazy. And it's like I also find myself like going to classes for that reason. I'm like, all right, and it's like cuz you usually work on stuff, I don't know about your school, but like for a week at a time, right? You're drilling like the not variations, but like you're drilling something that relates to the last move you just drilled and stuff like that. And so it's like
yeah,
you want to keep showing up just in case they do show that next move and shit like that.
yeah,
But I totally feel
yeah.
you.
We were working on butterfly guard,
Nice.
getting the elbows, and then pretty much how to escape that,
Yeah.
bringing hips forward, bringing it over, stepping back.
Ah,
You know what I
God, it's
mean?
so sick.
Whipping the knee around, putting the knee on the fucking chest.
Damn. And
It's
do you like the gi? I mean, not that
uh,
you have any point of reference other than that, but like you enjoy fucking
I've done more gi than non-gi
right.
classes. So at this point, yeah, I think I like the gi.
Yeah.
It definitely fucks you though. At some points, it pisses me off. For example, like if you're in someone's guard and they just grip your collar, and it's just like, all right,
We're staying here for as long as they want.
my back hurts. Like,
Yeah, please stop. That's sick though. Let's see. I was gonna ask you something else. Oh,
it's starting to click though. Oh, go ahead. I was just
no,
gonna say it's
no,
starting
go
to
on.
click. Like, you're in a guard. Now from before I was, still playing up top, but it's like, no, let's go to the knees. One thing at a time here. One thing at a time here.
Let's
One thing
go.
at a time here. So just picking up little things.
Dude, hell yes. I still find myself not like I'm obviously still white belt, but like I'll find myself like reverting back to like the classes I took like month one. Like I'm in a bad spot and like can't get out and I'm like, okay, fuck. I know I have this in the arsenal somewhere. And like just going
Yeah.
step by step and just like getting out of it. It's crazy. It's so fun.
Yeah, and there's one guy, Fabiano. I think I may have even told. I did talk about the same guy, but he's my guy. When I see him, it's always like, "What's up?" and we roll together. And he was, like he'll show me, like he'll have me in fucking what, like mount or side control or whatever, and he'll
Mhm.
just show me, get the elbow in there, that type of thing.
Right.
You know,
Is that the
like he'll
brown
just be
belt?
like, "This is how you do it." He's like a brown belt, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Damn.
a dad.
Dude, dad's doing jujitsu sick. Those guys get after it because they got, I hate to say nothing else, but that's their exit out of the house and they're just like, let's go.
That's his vibe completely. He's like, "Yep, I'm just here for. That's the only afternoons. It's the only one I can make it to, and I'm here pretty much every day."
Damn.
So,
It
yeah.
was, you're going afternoons?
I'm doing no, I'm doing evenings. I meant
Got
evenings,
you.
6 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I did do one. I do the afternoons on Friday sometimes because I work from home. So I did it once. That was sick.
That is sick.
Open mat.
Yeah. How have the open mats been? Rolling with a lot of different guys and shit?
Dude, it was like all like legit belts in there. I think I was like one of the 2 white belts that showed up. When I showed up, I almost wanted to ask, like, is there a belt requirement for this role? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Some places do have that, but good on you for
No,
showing up. Keep showing up, dude.
I got my strategy though. I watch the guys, and when they go after another good guy, and they're in an absolute battle. As soon as they're done with that one and they're looking for a rest,
Yes.
say, As a give me a
You,
roll.
oh shit! I love that. Already picking up on the tricks of the trade, going after the fucking guys that just battled. That's so good.
Yeah,
I've
good
definitely been
times.
guilty of that once or twice, especially a guy that's like got your number and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, you just went with the coach. Please, this one.
I'm the hotline bling, dude. Everyone's got my fucking number.
Oh, that'll change eventually. That'll change. A little knee escape, some shrimps. Any subs yet? That's what I was gonna ask.
Um, no, no subs yet. I haven't rolled with a white belt. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So, oh yeah. Or actually, I rolled with one white belt, but he was like a more advanced white belt, I think. But I didn't choke him out, but I dominated him.
Let's go. We love that. Hey, position over submission. That's the golden rule.
That's what I'm saying. And I got that Fabiano guy in the little side control.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't move.
That's
I'm
perfect.
staying right here, buddy. He's like, "What are you gonna do now?" I was like, "What are you gonna do now?"
Yeah, exactly. You make the first move. This ain't on me. This is on you now. High level problem solving. It's so fun. It's a mental exercise as much as it is a fucking physical one. Honestly, sometimes I like exhausted mentally walking out.
Yeah, and the professor's talking about it's like climbing, with the feet, the hands, they all work together.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I think Dean
He's
listed.
sick.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, those guys, the jujitsu fucking. Don't even want to call it a lifestyle, but like it's kind of culty. But like the people in jujitsu are the best. It's like
no, he's the best because he's teaching something really simple, right? Like just having your guard and rotating while the other person moves or something like that. But then he'll also just be like, from here you go here and here, and he's like wrapping his legs around. He's like all this different and here, omoplata, and here. A lot of things you could do
omoplata,
here.
I heard that.
A lot of things you could do here. I don't know any of the submissions. That's my problem too. I haven't learned a single one. So
that's fine.
Dude, I need one in my bag though. Like I need a Kimura or something.
Dude, you would be money with the Kimura because it's kind of not like a power move, but like it. If you have strength over someone, you can definitely Kimura or at least get the arm exactly. At least get the arms like away, and then you can set other shit up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it'll all come. I'm sure. I mean, fuck, you're an athlete. It'll click, and you'll fucking be beating asses soon.
Now, speaking of athletes,
and
it's not directly correlated. I mean, yeah, it's not directly correlated. But I've been listening to this pod, and there's this guy who went and lived at. It's on the Lex Friedman pod, but this guy went and lived in the Amazon, in the jungle, with like the two most jungle master guys, whatever. But the podcast alone, eye-opening. I could only imagine what it's like to go out there past the roads, past the hospitals,
dude,
past the helicopters.
It's crazy.
Past the Walmarts.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing out there. There's just like closest help is like
so
a 5-hour helicopter. There. Exactly. There's nothing, but
you're literally surrounded by millions of heartbeats, and you just have to live and accept that that's all around you. This guy is nuts, but the way he spoke about it is like understanding primal life almost,
Yeah. Did he talk about at all like when it's nighttime there how loud everything is? He's like people say like it's louder at night than it is during the day because of like all the critters and shit coming out, like you can hear everything walking and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if it would be for me, but
the dude wrote a poem. He said the night was filled with frogs and mosquitoes or some shit like that. I don't know. Shit was dope.
Well, I listened. I'm trying to say listen now instead of read, but Zen Life. I listened to a book about Teddy Roosevelt going down the Amazon River.
Yeah.
I think might have
been
first
president to ever leave the United States during their time in office.
Oh shit! But his like book is crazy. Like they go down like different little like inlets of the river that like they didn't know existed. I forget the main one they were in. But like at one point he gets so sick they think he's gonna fucking die and stuff, and it's like holy shit.
And do you know about like how Roosevelt even became like Roosevelt in terms of like his grandparents or something like that?
So remind me.
Apparently, apparently, same with the Kennedys. they come from like bootleggers,
Oh,
like
yeah, I knew the Kennedy
eventually
one.
something like that, to where they were bootleggers, and then they put their grandchildren or kids in position to like, be diplomats.
Exactly. Take the power back and make them not have to be bootleggers. The Kennedy one's crazy, dude. I mean, there's so many connections in that
The
family.
mob, dude.
Exactly. The mob, the CIA, there's so many different things.
Craziest thing I saw about the JFK assassination,
Mm-hmm.
the Black Umbrella.
I don't know if I saw it. Was that an Oliver Stone's documentary?
I don't know. Well, it's in all the footage,
Oh, yeah.
but there's one black umbrella. It's like a sunny day. It's like whatever, but there's just one right at the point where the shot happens or whatever. Very much so, like,
could have been like blocking
indicator, just an indicator, like this is where,
oh, I see, like open it up and like this is when they're coming, or dude, and like could you imagine the shit they had, I mean have now, but back then there was all those weird inventions, like they were trying to blow up Fidel with cigars and shit like that. I'm sure they had some fucking something, you know what I mean?
And then there was some like revolutionary in Latin America, forgive me for not remembering what it was, but he like made a book, like published a book about how to create bombs, like with your own house materials and shit like that.
God.
And it's like, it was like very like hot button free speech debate, you know?
Yeah. Is that the
like,
or the, what is it? The something cookbook, the anarchist cookbook or something like that?
I think that's maybe where I heard about it. There's this guy, Mike Malice, I think.
He's like Michael Malice, the white pill, the black pill, actually. My bad.
The white pill.
Yeah.
No, the white pill.
The both. His new book is, I think, or is the red pill. I forget. He's the best, though. He's an anarchist.
Yeah, he's an anarchist, which definitely he's someone that I feel like is very well researched.
Oh, yeah.
Like whenever he talks, like he's someone that reads it for himself is kind of what I meant to say,
Yeah.
Like he's one of those people that he's read it, the original documents, and formed his own opinion. He's not just going off of whatever.
And which is why he can argue it so well, is because he's read everything too on top of that. So it's his one, he's formulating his own opinion on it, and two, he's read everything about it and refuting it. So he can argue it better than anyone I've ever heard.
And it's a great indicator because when you look at, like, he'll have all these kind of stances that fall on different ends of the political spectrum. So if you saw one clip of him, you would think he's like, I don't know, like a right winger or alt-right guy. And then you see another clip, you'd be like, oh, he's you know what I mean?
Trying to abolish police. You'd see it be far left, and then he's like a free speech absolutist. So it's like far right. So it's like, it's both. And it's, I don't know. And I feel like we need more of that, because I feel like everyone kind of feels that way. Obviously, he's like to like a exaggerated extent.
Right. He's a leader,
but I feel like there's more people that feel both on both sides than they do just one way or the other. I mean, that's fucking crazy.
Right. But I never really took anarchism seriously until I heard him talk, honestly. I was always like, yeah, like, cool story, bro. Like,
it never worked.
Like what? Like, we're just gonna be riding around. But then you think about a lot of shit, like, for example, I don't know, like healthcare or some shit, or fucking, there's a better example, like fucking Jamba Juice. I don't know. It's like or like our relationship is how he described it. Like we have an anarchist relationship. There's no ruling here. I could leave if I want to. Exactly. You can kick me off because it's your podcast if you want to.
Right. And
but
it's kind of like the example. If there was just me, you, and someone else on the island, like we wouldn't have to establish a set of rules, right? We would just live as humans. We would try and help each other out as much as possible, unless one person gets crazy, which is kind of where we're at.
But I think that's the point that clicked for me, is anarchism doesn't mean no rules.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's exactly.
It's just, you could have your city rules. You could have rules for your home. We could have rules for the workplace, that aren't enforced by this quote unquote illegitimate state that Michael Malice talks about.
And those people are literally just people. That's the craziest part. They're just people too. And now I don't know. The whole thing is fucking crazy to me.
Jim, I don't want to lose this thought. A good draft that we should do. Conspiracy theory draft.
Oh wow, I like that.
I mean, I don't know how we might even have to do it today. I mean, that's just glorious.
What's your?
I was talking.
Go on. Yeah.
Well, I was talking to my Aunt Miriam,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like,
Classic.
Miriam, like, are there any conspiracies that you believe in? And I was like, you know, like you heard a lot of them. I don't remember what she said.
And wait, her son's the one that worked at NASA, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's
And
the
then
Alex and
the other
Sam. Yeah.
one is in San Francisco,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
talented ass
Walked up
musician.
on the onto us for fucking outside lands, and he's like, "I'll meet you guys at the falafel or at the crepe shop or
The
whatever it was." And he shows
rest in
up
peace.
walking
Yeah.
out of Golden Gate Park with a fucking set of golf clubs, just looking like he walked out of 1970. A classic, dude.
And I go, that's my cousin. I go, that's him. You
Like,
go, nah.
no, I
Like
literally thought you were
not a
fucking with
chance.
me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm serious.
And he was like,
Come
"What's
on.
up?" And I was like, "Oh my Christ, this is definitely your cousin. This makes so much sense." Sorry, sidetrack. Aunt Miriam.
Sidetrack. I don't know if you had any. Her one was that there's like a conspiracy against Jews, I guess. That, you know, like people, you know, I don't know, whatever.
I feel like
one.
that's not really a conspiracy, unfortunately. I feel like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like to an extent been
No, yeah, she was talking
but I
about
know what you mean. Like the media and stuff.
Sorry, didn't mean to go off.
No, no, no.
Yeah, she was talking about like the tropes and shit like that, and
Yeah.
just shit like that. You know, it's like I don't know if that's really conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it both ways. What's
But-
one that you have sunk your teeth into? You don't have to believe it, but just one that gnaws at you.
All right, so there's one that I feel like is fairly obvious, kind of in the Miriam department,
Mm-hmm.
and that there's a conspiracy to kind of keep down Black people in this country, has been for a long time, never went away.
Uh-huh.
Powerful people work together to make that happen. That's kind of like my truest one, I guess, but whatever. The other one, kind of related, and this one's like more far out there. I wouldn't die on this hill, but it is kind of what I believe. That, you know, for the most part, like Black people weren't taken to this country on ships for the most part, although it happened. I think that they sailed here, you know, on canoes, used the current of the ocean, and were here first, right? When Columbus comes to the islands in the Caribbean, what does he say he finds? Black people, right?
Huh? Yeah. I mean, I've not looked into this one at all, so I'm going off your word. But
Right. If you look at the currents of the ocean,
yeah,
it all goes west, right off the western coast of Africa. If you just take
you're
a
just
boat
saying
and you
the
go,
natural, exactly.
you're gonna hit Central America. There's no two doubts about it. You're hidden somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You think they're not taking that walk? They're taking that walk.
Right, especially if it's like hot as shit down there or something like that. There's a lot of reasons.
I'm just saying,
to
you find new land and you're going, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what Columbus saw when he first reached America. And so what do you do if you find someone, or if you, you know, whatever, enemies, whatever, you take them as prisoners of war.
Yeah.
Right? So when he comes to the southern part of America, I believe there's a huge population of Africans already living there that get taken as prisoners of war. And what do you do with prisoners of war? You enslave them.
Yeah.
And that's my conspiracy.
That's pretty crazy though. I've never even heard that one.
Natives in the north, so few of them, we exterminate. Africans in the south, so many of them, free labor.
I mean, that part does make sense for sure. Now I'm trying to think.
Now let me can I go further on this?
Yeah, please.
And I don't want to claim this all as like my original thought
or
anything, just things I've come across, right?
Yeah.
But let me take this a step further. So the enslavement was a business, right? What type of business model would you be running to send ships across the world when half of the quote unquote product kitchen?
Ooh, I lost you there I lost your picture.
Sorry, I got a call. Let me get it back.
No,
right?
So yeah, I got you.
Right? In this situation, right? If you're taking this trip, a lot of manpower, a lot of money going into this, and half, maybe less than half of the people that you're going to get are making it back, it's just not a sound business decision.
Now,
why would you go elsewhere to get them if they're already there?
Do you think, now I have no idea, do you think that they were just being, like they weren't going and getting them themselves. Like it was like just a business transaction that was happening. Like they were being brought here. I mean, if I'm saying if your theory's not correct, right? Like they're being brought here in this business model, and then it's just like
Right.
they're here, might as well buy them. Like is that a
Well,
possibility? Like people in
well,
Africa are selling them themselves to like the shipping company's bringing them and then making the profits that way. I have no fucking idea how any of
right.
this
That
works.
would be the story we're told, right? That would
I
be
guess, but that would
right.
make more financial sense for the owners in America than as opposed to trying to like go and like send someone out to get them themselves in Africa.
I see what you're saying.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. But either way,
But
you're paying for the shipping.
regardless. Exactly.
Either way, you're paying.
Exactly. It's built into the cost. yes.
All right. You're paying for the
Yeah,
shipping
I
either
guess,
way.
yeah.
So I think it would just not be a good business model. I don't think it would make sense, and I don't think that's how that happened.
Definitely
So
not.
that's
But what's the business cost that you're recouping for the free labor over time? I mean, does it make it worth it then?
that's a really good counter argument. Maybe, probably, you're probably definitely right about that for sure.
Nah, I don't
So
know.
maybe it was worth it. Shit.
But still,
America definitely wouldn't have happened without the free labor. So
and that's crazy. That's like
heroes in my eyes.
this. Yeah, definitely. And like that's all of history. There's been slave. That's the craziest part. Like it's
Right.
go wherever you want. Like at some point, someone had. I
Right.
mean, they had slaves.
But we're getting deep on it here. But I do think it's worth mentioning that like racial slavery, right, would be an
Definitely.
American invention, right,
For
based
sure,
off
for
the
sure.
category of race
Yeah.
and chattel slavery, what they call it,
Mhm.
unique to America. So just worth noting. But
No, definitely.
we're definitely deep in it. Another conspiracy theory that I believe in, and that when I'm talking to Mir, bringing it back to Mir,
Right.
I'm saying, so the moon landing, I think they went, but I think that they were ready to fake it if they didn't.
Right. And
That's my official stance.
there's
and
pictures
she agreed.
Yeah, there's pictures that have been released that like you can see them suspended and shit. Like, but I agree on that one. I completely same thing.
And then this is probably the one I maybe feel strongest about, besides my original one.
Mm-hmm.
9/11.
Ooh.
More than
Something.
Yeah, inside job. Oh man, inside job, flat out.
And now,
so the one that really did it for me. So there's Tower 7, obviously.
right, looks like a
Which
controlled
was
demo.
Remote, controlled demo. The
It
whole
looks
thing looked like a controlled
allegedly.
demo.
Yes. Yeah.
Respectfully, the whole thing looked like a demo, but I'll believe the other stuff. But then you find out that the part of the Pentagon that got crashed into was where they were holding
all
the military budgets that were being
Dude,
investigated.
So the day before, God, what's his name? Fuck, I can't remember. But they released a report saying we can't find $3 billion or $1.3 billion in the budget, and then the next day, I mean, that story becomes irrelevant just with that. But to your point, they hit right where all that money was.
Literally.
Crazy shit.
And then I think it was, obviously like kind of like a partnership, right? Is who got blamed for this? Osama?
Yeah.
Right. Was it? Or was there another one? Who's the other one?
There's Osama. There's God damn it.
I think it was Osama. Who were they?
Hussein. Saddam.
Oh, Saddam Hussein.
But they were going after him for weapons of mass destruction, WMDs. I think that was different. He was violating our nuclear deals. I don't know.
Irrelevant. The exchange here is that whoever it was gets his claim to his following that he took down America. That image lasts forever, right?
Right.
And then America gets the excuse to go take over the Middle East.
Yeah. And what's in the Middle East? Oil and poppy. I mean, and that's what did we have right then? We had the huge opium boom. And it's like, I don't know if we were getting it from there, but
oh wow.
Shit is gotta be somewhat connected. Yeah, that one is there's something more that we're not gonna find out in our lifetimes, you know what I mean? But I feel like eventually it'll all come out and something will be said. But speaking of 9/11, can't mention it without mentioning the Los Gatos legend who gave it the let's roll and tried to fight the guys. He's the one that I think he was on the flight that took the flight down in Pennsylvania or whatever, but Los Gatos.
Oh, he tried to stop it?
Yeah. He was like banding people up. But it's like, how do they know that? You know what I mean? I hate to say it.
Well, I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire.
Right,
Pardon me,
right,
I'm
right,
just gonna
right.
get a little water here, but
No, you're
where
good.
there's smoke, there's fire. I think the story was told,
Exactly.
and if he's from Los Gatos, even better.
Even sicker. Yeah, I don't know. The JFK one is probably God, look at that view. Holy smokes. You love to see it. That's what you're waking up to. Life is good. Got the purple cup. Oh, 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 oh. Nah, the JFK one, it just has so many inconsistencies. Like the magic bullet, 3 people were shot. The bullet shows up on the gurney completely intact. It's just there's so many things wrong with it.
Yeah, I
The
think that was the mob.
Dude, have you read the book Chaos by Tom O'Neill? So he goes into like Manson's ties with the CIA and all this, and
Right.
so the guy that supposedly was helping Manson take LSD and like train him how to use it and like mind control
Manipulate.
people. Exactly. Yeah. So the guy that showed Manson how to do that shows up at the jail of the guy that shoots JFK, and all of a sudden the guy goes fucking goes crazy after this doctor, Jolly West is his name. After Jolly West leaves him, he goes and is like, thinks he's in a different realm. He's screaming, and none of this was going on before the doctor was there. And so it's like, did they give him LSD, a little mind control, and then make him go crazy? And it's like, I don't know. The whole thing is fucking so sketch.
So sketch.
But I love conspiracies. I love 10th Planet because this is before class. This is the kind of shit. It's like so cliche, but like
the culture.
Exactly. And it's not even like big conspiracies, but like everyone just questions everything. That's what I love.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
there's something
aren't real.
Nah, dude. That one's crazy. Have you seen them making drones out of birds?
I did.
It's making the birds aren't real people look real good.
The truth always comes out eventually.
Oh my God, this is just bullshit. You hate to see it, actually. You just hate to see it. What is the deal with birds aren't real? You want to give us a little rundown on that? I've never understood.
Well, I mean, they were real, right? Until the 70s, when the CIA, in cooperation with the United States government, did a bird genocide. Killed all the birds, and then replaced them with bird drones. And now they charge on light poles.
I knew that.
Or whatever.
the power lines. I knew that one.
Hey, don't take my word for it. Just look around when you're outside. You know what I mean?
Now,
just look around.
I've gone duck hunting. I've shot shot some birds in my life.
Yeah. The hunting birds?
No. City birds illegally with pellet guns, and let's just say they seem pretty real then when their misery was getting put out. No?
Decoys. No. Wow. They call them city birds for a reason. Yeah. The ones that you're able to shoot.
Right. They want you to shoot them. I get it. That makes so much sense.
Put it this way. Yeah. If you could shoot them, they're birds.
Yeah. They're real. Wow. That clears that up. Well, let's move on from conspiracies, although I do love them. I just wanted to mention Joe Thoreau fighting this weekend. Buy your tickets. It's at the Santa Clara Convention Center. It's actually there it goes. Ooh, checking. It's a 6 setup. He's like, I don't know, it's like an all-day thing, but they have like wrestling, gymnastics, like everything mad event that you can think of they have, and then his fight is like one of the last ones, so pretty sick. But yeah, Joe Thoreau fighting this weekend. Go if you can. Saturday. Legend. Two fight win streak. I guess.
Shout out
Dark Horse Gym, Legend, Nick Bowersfield, all of them. But yeah,
getting them right. Shout out to all his sparring partners.
Love that. Go if you can. Support the boy. He's on a roll here. See if he can defend the belt. Next, I want to talk about little NBA playoffs. You've been watching. I'll start off by saying Bucks and Nuggets were your two teams out of the East and the West. How are you feeling about those?
Not worried. Not hedging.
No.
Not moving my chips around. Nice. Yeah, let's play it out. Wait till Giannis comes back. He'll be fine. And he's the best player by far. They're gonna run through the East. Light work. Celtics might give them a little something. I don't know. Bob Williams isn't healthy. Robert Williams, whatever you want to call him. I think he's their best player, to be honest.
Yeah.
When he's right, he's so fucking nasty and athletic. Pause, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think I feel good about the Bucks, even though they're the ones that lost, and the Nuggets look great.
Yeah, the Nuggets look arguably better than the Bucks right now. Now Giannis, they said a back contusion, so what's just a bruise?
Shake it off. Yeah.
I hope.
Rub some dirt on an injury.
He's one of those guys though. It scares me when they start.
Do you question his toughness?
A little bit for sure, but I think how could you not? If it's just a contusion, which means bruise,
he'll be
that's
back.
A fancy word for bruise.
He'll be putting up 40, 12, and 8 the next time he plays.
All right. I mean, I hope. Right. I sure hope. No,
maybe 38.
I like Giannis though, but guys that size, when they start getting hurt, it's like you just start getting worried. But then I wanted to really ask about Draymond. What did you think of, I guess, first, the Warriors going down 0-2, and second, of Draymond's antics last night?
Well, the Kings are the greatest offense in NBA history on points per 100 possessions. So something to be said for that.
For sure.
The whole time watching the Warriors, all I'm thinking is that they don't have an identity. If they play fast with Sacramento, they're not going to be able to get it done. And if they play slow, it just doesn't feel like Warriors basketball.
Right. And they don't have a big to play slow, really. I mean, they're going to get dominated slow.
Looney, I love Looney. Looney's great. He's not really going to fuck it up for you. He led the league in offensive rebounds this year, which is a huge accomplishment. He battles, but he's Looney.
But the Warriors are real big man. He's going to struggle. I mean, that's just that's
what I'm saying. And Draymond in his prime, that's what made him awesome, is that he could guard the big, and then you could actually play small without giving up too much. But at this point, he doesn't give you it on either end. Yeah, so
good point.
And then first of all, I loved it because before he stepped on him, there was another exchange, very Rodman, Karl Malone-esque.
Where was that?
On the same side of on the Sacramento's defensive side of the floor, when Draymond's kind of they get tangled up and they get up and then they fall again. They're tangled up, shit like that.
Love it. Just
there was that, and then Draymond hit him with after he scored a bucket.
Yeah.
And he backed into him and hit him in the hip and knocked him real good, and Sabonis was pissed.
Sabonis is kind of a bitch. Yeah, no, I do.
And then he stepped on him. Now, let's be honest. If Sabonis never grabbed his foot,
would have never happened.
Sabonis never gets stepped on.
Exactly.
Period. Is it acceptable once your foot is on top of someone to then press, lift your other foot and put all your weight on it?
It looks so much. No, he didn't put all of his weight on him. It looks so much worse in slow motion. No, it's like one of those things you do where you are putting your foot on take it from a guy that's kicked people and stepped on people in a basketball game. He didn't put all of his weight on them. There's no way. There's no way. He would be hurting so much more.
I think it was a good call to not suspend him. I think he deserved the tech. I'll say that.
For sure. I mean, I completely agree
with
that.
Was it a double tech?
A double tech. He got a flagrant 2. I think that's an auto ejection because it was unnecessary, and I forget the other word they use. But so I agree with it. But like you said, Sabonis should have got. I mean, he did, but it was
he got what he had coming. He you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
But I think the bigger issue was Draymond after that going at the fans and yelling shit. It just looked like a fucking dipshit, dude.
Absolutely. The Draymond shit just is way sicker when you're up in the series and you're fucking the actual Warriors.
Yeah.
Not this sad chump of fucking players. But yeah, I think Kings take care of it in 5, 6 max.
Ooh.
I think 5.
I
think they steal one on the road and take care of business back in Sacramento.
Yeah, the Warriors have been good at home all year, though. That's the thing. The road's always been their issue. So I could see them taking 2 and then maybe squeak. I could see it, honestly, either way. But I could.
If the Warriors win these 2 at home, then a little bit of momentum. At that point, you kind of got to get worried. But I see the Kings pulling it out objectively. Would love to see the Dubs go do their thing, but
Yeah.
I got Kings. Light the beam, baby.
Kings fans are so brutal because they're like Warriors fans and after when they were on their way to win their first championship in forever. I just can't stand it. They're the worst. I don't know. I would love
first
to see
time in a decade anyone from Sacramento is claiming they're
not from the Bay.
Not claiming they're from the Bay. Yeah, exactly.
Some bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. They are sick though. That's the issue. It's if they weren't playing the Warriors, I'd definitely be rooting for them. Not that I'm rooting against them. I don't really give a fuck, but
right.
Yeah, no, the Kings are dope.
What else have I seen in the playoffs?
How about Russ? What do you think of the whole getting fans ejected and interacting with fans? I mean, is part of the game just kind of taking your lumps? I mean, I get when there's racist stuff and it's like over the top, but that guy he's got in the face with the kid, he called him Westbrook.
Yeah, no, we've talked about this. It's always Westbrook.
Yeah.
It seems to always be Westbrook. Those two. It's like, yeah. And then, for example, DeMar DeRozan's kid who was screaming, and they were saying, "Oh, get her in line, get her in control." How about you make a free throw?
Yeah, I 100%.
Last time I checked, fans are supposed to scream when you shoot free throws.
Exactly. That's
because she's extraordinary at it, and we're now going to change the rules because DeMar DeRozan's child is the best fan of all time.
So sick of a daughter to do though. But how ridiculous of her getting threats to the point where they can't have her in the stadium. They had ridiculous. It's so dumb. But she's a legend. Oh my God. I saw a thing. Their shooting percentage had never been that bad at home or something like that in the playoffs. I was like, God, that's
awesome.
What else do you want? I mean, that's a ride or die. But yeah, I can't stand the fans getting ejected.
Yeah. And Russell Westbrook, I mean, I don't think he's been a good player for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, he's never really won.
When his good game, he went 4 for 19 from the field. His stat line was not great.
Right,
and it's the Russell Westbrook. If I could tell you the next game you get the exact same stat line out of Russ, are you taking it? I don't know. That might be a recipe for disaster.
I would say so. He's so inconsistent.
I remember even at the tail end of his prime, people were comparing him to the top point guards. People would legit look you in the face and be like, "Yeah, I'd rather have him than Chris Paul. I'd rather have him than fucking some of these guys." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Are we watching the same game?"
Yeah, and he is
Chris Paul.
Yeah,
the level of control that guy has over every player on the court.
Chris Paul's
he's got more control over his teammates than Russell Westbrook has over himself.
That's a great way of putting it, honestly. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Chris Paul's a legend. I go in waves of liking and hating Chris Paul. It's so crazy because he's such a bitch sometimes, but then you see what he does.
Such a winner.
It
pisses me off that his reputation is now, can't win the big one, or not a winner. Great player, not a winner. Couldn't be further from the truth. James Harden, yeah.
Well, and Westbrook, same thing. Just this
Westbrook
can't win.
Yeah. Yeah. I go winner hierarchy, tiers, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. Russell Westbrook has the winner's mentality. He's just not an efficient basketball player.
See, but I think James Harden is the opposite in the fact that he has the basketball
yes.
He has the winner mentality in the sense that he wants it the easy way and he wants to get traded to a team to do it. Westbrook's doing it night to night, you know what I mean? And I feel like Harden's trying to do it season to season. Yeah, exactly.
You never question Russell Westbrook's effort, and that's why I think he's awesome. And kids should kind of look up to him because he's not the best, and he had this career and it's really sure effort and just obviously specimism.
That is a good point. Just fucking putting your ass out there. Love that. Now, last week I was told to ask you about your poker comeback, the poker comeback king. I don't know if you want to still go into that, and your Vegas betting strategies.
I don't know what needs to be told too much about the comeback kid. I don't know if I spoke about it at all, but we do the guys from work and the guys that used to work at work with us who got fired.
Oh, it's a work thing?
Yeah, it's work guys,
nice.
the guys though, all the boys,
Right.
And some guys that used to work with us, we were devs together and then now they're elsewhere, but we could still talk about work around them and they know the characters, they know the names and shit. but yeah, every single time we play $20 to start or whatever. I lose my 20. I buy in another 20. I lose that 20. So I always buy back in like twice, 3 times.
Right.
But I always seem to get hot at the very end. Like when people are kind of like,
I'd
it's
be
starting to be like,
pissed.
yeah, it's starting to be like, oh, most of the round has happened. So people have an idea of how their night's ending or whatever,
Right.
but they're still playing, you know?
And I feel
And then
like
I'll just,
like when
yeah,
it gets to like a little bit later, it's harder to buy in because chips are stacking up in other people's favor. So it's like a $20 buy-in doesn't get you fucking shit anymore.
exactly. So yeah, I've taken some of my guys deep. I'm I'm what they call an erratic player, you know?
I
Like
love
maybe
it.
it's like no one knows what I'm doing because I don't know what I'm doing. Kind of like the old like penalty kick strategy.
I love that. I feel like
So,
that's the best way to do it. And it's like,
yeah,
because then you can show emotion too. It doesn't matter because you still have
I'm just playing. Yeah, I'm
exactly.
like, oh, I'm not playing perfect poker here. I'm just playing poker.
And then people can't read you. I love that.
Yeah, it's
I've been
fun.
getting into poker videos, but go on.
Yeah, no, you'll go deep with something and you have nothing, and then you show them your cards and be like, "Why'd you do that?" And I'll be like, "I don't know, shit.
Thought
I don't know.
thought you might
I
have
didn't know you
folded.
had. I didn't know you had shit. Shit, if I knew, I would have folded, my boy. But then, yeah. So then, when you go all in later, then guys are like, "Yeah, I don't think he has anything. I think this guy's a fucking chump." And you're like, "Thank you,
Take the pot.
thank you." But I love poker. I've been getting into the poker videos as well. That's
So
all
fun.
Instagram and
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts show me. Yeah.
I'm no good at poker. I always feel like I'm about to get fleeced. Anytime anybody asks me to play poker, I'm like, that's a
I'm the
red
fish,
flag.
yeah.
I gotta be the one to initiate the poker ask. This is not gonna go good.
Yeah. No, I love poker, man. Definitely a newfound, like, pretty much lifelong hobby. I'm definitely gonna want to have like just how I have a hoop run at any stage of my life, like I want to have my poker run for sure.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's a good way to shoot the shit. It's something to do
Your
while shooting
golf
the shit.
run.
Yeah, 100%.
By the way, coming home at the last weekend of April.
Ooh, let's get around it. I'm down.
That's what I'm saying. That Sunday would be money.
Let's go. I don't know what the last weekend is. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm definitely down to
Yeah.
play. Well,
So
I guess
Vegas.
what?
You want to hear my Vegas strategy?
Oh, yes. Vegas strategy.
All right.
That's right.
So you're going to Vegas for the weekend, right? And you don't want to really go down the rabbit hole of betting. You don't know how much you're going to bet or if you want to spend time gambling or not gambling,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so my strategy is, first thing you do, you take the exact amount of money that you're down to lose that weekend. Not a dollar more, not a dollar less. Whatever you'd be okay with losing that weekend, you take it, you put it on roulette. Black, red. I think you get the greens as well. You get black and green, I think is what I'm thinking. And then you put it all there. If you win, it's a betting weekend. If you lose, do other shit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that is a thing. There's tons of shit to do in Vegas. It's not like you're gonna be there without anything to do. Now, if you do win, are you taking that half and pocketing your original, or are you?
That's interesting, and
ride?
I think I probably should do that. That'd be a good idea. But then again, also, don't have to. I'm down to lose that money. Remember?
That's true. You were down
That
to
money's-
lose the original amount. That's the thing. You weren't down
But
to lose.
it's the same thing, Jim.
I know it's house money, but it's not the same. So you put 2,000 down, and then you walk out with, it's not exactly 50-50 because of the greens, but whatever
But
it
just
is,
say, yeah, say
4,000, and then now you're
First
down
of
to
all,
lose
big
4,000.
bank, Jim. 2,000 is what you're down to lose on a weekend.
I'm just trying to make the numbers easy. You know me, I don't gamble worth a fucking shit. I can't. I make my money. I got to keep it. There's no way.
You play it tight. A dollar saved is a dollar earned.
Exactly. Well, I wish that was true, but I buy stupid shit with my money. Those are my gambles. The stupid shit. Am I gonna play with it for more than a week, or am I gonna just toss this like everything else? But I like that. I was also thinking for a strat, like, would it be worth bringing somebody with you and being like, look, I'll give you 5% of whatever I walk out of here with. That way, that person's like making sure you don't lose too much money. You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting. Like they'll tell you to walk away.
Yeah. Like, because I used to do that for, J.O. in Reno. Like, I'd be waking up in the morning and I get the text like still here, and I'm like, God damn it, Johnny, and he'd be like, get me out of here. So I go and like have to like talk to him and be like, all right, like time. He's like, one more. I'm like, dude, no. And so then I
Oh
just
my
have to
God.
talk to him and get him out of there. But he's done some shit where like he'll go one more and put it all in and hit. Like that guy's got some crazy, I don't even call it luck. I don't know what it is, but something. But yeah, I think it might be worth bringing someone if you're going to spend a lot of money, that is.
Yeah, no, for sure. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away.
Know when to run. I don't know. Fuck it. Well, golf. Going off golf, I guess we'll get right into the old draft. Finish us off here. Today, we are going to do things that annoy you while golfing. There's a lot here. When you first posed this, I was like struggling, but then I was just going through my rounds and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking, there's too many things here that annoy me during golf. And I think a lot of them revolve around pace of play. So I'm going to go specific with these. That way we can have more than one that's pace of play related, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Do the honors, Jim. You got first pick this time.
All righty. Honors. Speaking of, get me up on that tee box, brother. Have you been playing out there at all?
Yeah, I mean, Chad invites me every weekend. I pretty much go every other weekend.
Damn.
But yeah, I've been playing. Me and Chad seem to be on the team a lot. Like me and Chad versus Kendall and Drew is what we just played this past Sunday. And Drew played the best round of his life.
Drew, I've played on that kid's team.
He got a 79. I want to shout out Smoochie Wallace.
That is
or not Smoochie, fucking
yeah, I know what you mean.
Drew J.
Smoochie though, shout out. Was that when he got his hole in one? Is that
no
one?
negative? I did call him personally to congratulate him on that though.
So cool.
I felt like a swipe up wasn't enough.
You know what? I think I deserve more credit on the hole in one than I've been given. I've been given 0, and I don't want to say
you got a hole in one.
No, I got Drew. I helped Drew get his job at Santa Teresa Golf Course. Oh. You were there for that, I think.
You need some recognition.
It initiated his love for golf. He kept playing and hole in one. So I think I'll take a .001 on that, Drew. If you hear that, that's and that's being
send
generous.
Some of that purse Jim's way, my boy.
Exactly. Buy me a half a beer. What's that?
I said, how's your mitt?
How's your mitt? I don't know. I don't get it.
It's like an East Coast slang, I guess. Bill brought it here to the house, and we definitely misuse it in kind of a funny way. but it's kind of just like, how's your mitt, boss? Like, how you doing?
Oh, huh.
Or if like someone gets dunked on, it's like, how's your mitt?
Oh, I kind of like this. You can just use it for interchangeably. I can't see it getting into my lexicon and until I'm with someone from the East Coast because I feel embarrassed.
I thought it was perfect though. How's your mitt?
No, it definitely worked. That's why I was like, I just didn't get it. But yeah, I haven't been golfing worth a shit. I think on the podcast of Boog and Kev, I think I said I swore off it. I'm gonna play like 3-4 times a year now and just be that guy. Just not be good, but have fun.
It is April, so I think we're due for that first round of the year.
First round of the year, I'm down. Yeah, no, I played a couple times. So I've just been asked, so I have to slow down spending money on stuff I'm bad at.
Yeah, well, that's perfectly on theme. So
exactly, and with that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so the first one, I didn't know where to go, what to draft one, but I think with the videos, I think it's of Scheffler going around right now, or is it Schauffele? I don't know, one of the two, but it's taking forever on like your warm-up shot, your practice swing, taking way too fucking long on the practice swing. And now
that'll piss you off.
I get it in the PGA, and like there's some gamesmanship going on with that, right? Like you're playing with another guy, especially on a Sunday. You're trying to slow his pace down, especially if he likes to play fast. Spieth, kind of what we saw. But when you're shitty like we are, and anyone that shoots over an 85 is shitty in my book. Just play ready golf. Get on your ball, 1 or 2 practice swings, and go. There's no stepping off unless someone says something or some shit like that. But get on your ball and fucking let's play golf. Slow up to your ball.
Yep. Gotta say, I am guilty of the step off. I'm a big 1 practice swing, step off, look at it again where I'm gonna hit it. 1 more practice swing, and we're ripping.
See, but even that is fine because I feel like
you're right. No,
it's like a routine. There's some guys that'll just like randomly. I don't want to call anybody out on here, but there's some guys.
I get it. Like when the 3 of you are on the tee box watching this guy,
and we're
takes way too long. He takes way too long to start with the practice swings, and then he steps off, and you're like this fucking guy.
What are you
the
doing?
Damn ball.
Yeah, it's horrible, but yeah, I mean, I think we're all guilty of it time to time, but there's some reoccurring offenders, some habitual line steppers that need to be addressed.
Yeah.
But
and it makes sense, and it makes no sense when you're on the tee box to really like look that hard at your shot. How about you hit it as far as you can, as straight as you can? I think you'll be okay.
Exactly. And it's like I said, we're not good enough to where you're placing balls right where you want them. You're going to hit the ball where you're going to hit the ball, whether you take 3 practice swings or 2.
Yep.
Now I got a question. Let's say you do your practice swing, step off, and your next practice swing, you chunk the shit out of one. Are you resetting the routine, or are you still hitting that ball in the next go around?
No. I'm giving it a good old Jesus Christ, and then
yes,
and then I'm taking 1 more practice swing until I get it right.
I love that,
and then I'm going.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, exactly. I like a fuck.
We're not swinging
me.
right after a chunk of practice swing.
I do that way too often to be to be mad at myself for doing it, but I always get pissed. But yeah, that's number 1. Taking too much time on your practice swing up to the ball. And now your first pick, Josh Landers. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Let's hear it.
People you're playing golf with that you cannot trust the score that they tell you. Seems like so now you put me in the position where I have to count my strokes and I have to count your strokes. Because then now I have to ask you, and you're going to tell me it's a 4 when I know on my life that it's a 5. And we have to do this whole dance. Like, I don't want to have to do the whole dance. No one here is a fucking scratch golfer. What do you get?
Yeah. And is there anything worse than when your friend goes OB and then at the end of the hole, they somehow have a lower score than you on the hole? It's like,
correct.
Did you not count any strokes there? What rule set are we playing with here?
Right. And it doesn't need to be too competitive, right? Say we're on the team, even if we're competing, if you top one off on your drive, I'm not making you hit your second shot from 10 feet away.
Right.
Take another, my guy.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's like, sometimes defer to your opponents if there's a question on the score.
Have some feel. Exactly. And that's
I hit it out of bounds. How do you want me to play this one? I took a drop, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And I feel like Hutch is really good at doing that. He's just out there to play. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's gotten so much better. He beat me the last like 3 or 4 times we've been out there, but like he's always like, I don't know, what do you guys want me to take here? And it's like I feel like that's the way you play it. Is like if you're unsure, like because when you're counting at the end and that person is shooting an 84, and you're like, okay, that's
no. Exactly. We're here to help your score. Like by all means, we're not trying to. We want everyone to have there's some wiggle room within golf to kind of give you the score that you deserved on that hole.
Right.
But so let's give you the score you deserve, not the score that, you think you deserve.
Exactly. You think you deserve. Now, I guess going off that, I can bring this up. How about the people that have the rounds of their life playing by themselves or like playing with a random threesome?
It's kind of the same. Yeah, it's kind of the same. So it doesn't piss you off while you're playing golf, but it pisses you off when you see other people's story.
Yeah.
And they shot scratch golf and you played with them and gone toe to toe as a 98 golfer.
Exactly. Yes. And you're like, that's not possible. Like, were you playing from the women's tees or even the child's
It's the same
tees?
guy.
Every
it's the
time.
same guy.
Yeah.
The same guy you have to worry about what he's telling you his score is the same guy that shoots scratch golf.
Yeah,
when he plays by himself.
By himself. Now the hole in one by yourself. What's your move there? You hit a hole in one by yourself.
No,
You're not playing with
no one.
But let's say you do. How are you convincing people that you hit the hole in one? You're not playing with anybody else. You just go out on a Friday you have off and you hit a hole in one on one of the par threes.
No convincing me is necessary. If you post that you got a hole in one, I believe you. Who is that big of a low-life scumbag to go for a round himself, take a picture, say, I got a hole in one when they didn't? Like, who does that? It's almost like
Good
too
point.
weird of a lie. Like,
it is.
You're doing the most. Just post your scratch golf scorecard. That's enough.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, crazy. Stolen valor, stolen golf valor. Speaking of, I hit a little bit of stolen valor today on accident with the Army t-shirt and the shaved head.
Whoa.
And I got
Is that stolen valor?
No, accidental.
The Army.
Accidental.
Yeah.
I support them, but some guys were giving me weird looks, and I was like, "Yeah, that's on me, sir. That's I didn't serve." All right, but moving on. So we got the scorecard. Bad counting. Love that one. So prevalent. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Okay, now shit, that was my next one up. Okay, I'll go with things that annoy me during golf. Coaching me during the round. Hey, buddy, keep your tips and tricks to yourself. I play with maybe one or two scratch golfers in my life, and I'm like, fill me in, please give me more. But if you're shooting within 20 strokes of me, keep the fucking comments to yourself. It is.
I'll ask. Yeah, I'll ask if I need help.
Exactly, and that's the thing. And like, me and my dad had to stop riding in the same cart for a while because right when I was starting out, he was like just filling me, and like finally I just like exploded one time, and he's like, "Yep, we're not riding in the cart anymore," and I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
felt so bad, but then redeemed myself, and we're good now.
There you go.
But yeah, no, keep your tips and tricks to yourself. Like I said, like Cole Carnahan, please keep giving them to me. You're the man. He's worth 3 strokes off your round every round you play with them.
Right.
I stand by that. But yeah, if you're shit, I don't need it.
Hey, I hear it. I hear you. Sometimes, and the worst part is if you are the person to give advice, just know you're responsible for whatever happens on that next shot.
Like that's so true.
If you shut your mouth, then it's on me. But if you tell me something and now I try and come from the inside and I fucking slice one or whatever it is, like,
right.
Hey, how about you just shut your mouth and let me swing?
Yeah. And chances are I'm not going to listen to you anyways. And so if you tell me to do something and then I do have a good shot, seeing them have the satisfaction of being like, oh, like, because I told them so. And it's like, fuck you, suck a dick. I hate it.
Now, there is a fine line between coaching and caddying.
Agreed. Very much.
I want to be caddied.
Yes.
I very much so want to be caddied, and I do enjoy the camaraderie that comes in around from caddying each other.
Right.
What do you think? What are you thinking here, Jim? What do you see?
Perfect. Yeah.
And what do you see here?
Exactly. Trying to read putts, giving me distances, like helping me with that sort of stuff. Like, what club are you using? I'm all for that. Yeah. But don't try and fix my swing during the round, I guess is more where I'm going with. But yeah,
exactly.
Caddying and the camaraderie, that's a huge part of it for me. I love trying to do that.
And caddying's about the mental game more than the technical game.
Truth.
It's all about how's the spirit. You know what I mean? Let's keep everything nice and even keel. Keep this rolling smoothly.
Did you see the video going around of Tiger's old caddy testing the wind with the cigarette going around on Twitter? This looks so good. Just fucking taking
that was the best.
So good. But yeah, keep your tips and tricks about my swing. Let me be shit. And that's all. Number 2. Let's hear it.
Another pace of play thing here. I felt like it was a pretty obvious one, so I'll go ahead and take it off the board. People in front of you can't keep up with the pace of play. You're sitting there, you're in the middle of the fairway, you just piped a drive. And now you got to sit there and wait for people to chip onto the green, 2-putt, tap in everything. No one's doing good.
Yeah.
They're just taking their time.
And I feel like it's always like, and I know obviously it's not the case, but like every time I like you have a
Hole.
first like good 2 holes, and then you get backed up, and then just waiting on every single shot just ruins your round, ruins your game. Like
Oh
you can't get in
God.
any rhythm.
I did not pay $100 to stand in line.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So
But yeah,
that
no,
one's pretty self-explanatory. Like we've all been there. You're just trying to play some golf and it's backed up and you just gotta wait. Nothing better than no one in front of you, no one behind you.
just go.
Then you take your time. Then you take your time or go. Whatever you want to do.
Right. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm a morning person, so I try to be. I'll wear double socket and just be the first person after the sprinklers. Like that's my ideal golf round. First person out there. Now, pace of plays going south. These people are taking forever. Are you saying something at any point?
Saying something?
Yeah.
I'm sending something. We're hitting a 4-iron stinger right at them. No loft.
That's amazing.
It's just we're gonna try and run one right up their peephole.
I love it. I've done that. Kevin. So a little inside baseball. Kevin Sullivan, Kenny's dad, works at a golf course, the GOAT, and he was doing marshal work for a while. And so if there's problems on the course, they send him out to address things. So we're talking to him before the round, that sort of thing. And we got these German people in front of us that are playing probably slower than anyone I've ever seen before. Literally, like, it was so bad. So on hole 4 of Santa Teresa, I fucking take a 5-wood and park one, and literally was still on a line as it went past them. And so of course the marshal comes out, and like I'm not expecting Kevin to come out at all because I like not thinking about it. And he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then ends up playing. Kev ends up playing the rest of the hole with us after that, and like I'm sure the people in front of us were so pissed. But yeah, if it's egregious, funny. I'm sending shit. Fuck you. Let's figure this out.
So when Kevin was a marshal there,
yeah,
we played a round against him and Kenny. Was it you and I, or was it Matty T and I?
Must have been Matty T and you. I don't think I was there because I've only played rounds with him where he like will come and play like a hole or two at a time. I've never played a full round.
Yeah, so we did a scramble against Kenny and his dad, and it came down to the absolute wire.
Wow.
The absolute wire. They're up on like a hill by the green, like tough spot. They got to putt it. Kenny fucking tops his putt, doesn't go anywhere. And then this bastard goes ahead and hits it anyway. The old taking a 3 during timeout shit. Hits it anyway and rolls it, gives Kev the read, and then Kev hits the nastiest putt you've ever seen in your whole life.
Trash. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, the read when you're playing fucking whatchamacallit is everything. When you're in a scramble.
You fuck up your shot and then you just hit another one to give him the perfect read in line, and then he nails it. I'd
be so pissed. Was Kev
There's 0% chance that happens if you don't hit that.
Yeah, exactly.
0%.
Was he using the over-under putter that goes across the ball and comes back the other way? That thing's so sick. Such a good garage sale find. The putter is like an L shape. It goes like this, and then you putt the ball here, and it's like, no, it's over the top of it. So it's like that. I don't know. It's fucking odd. It's a strange putter, but so cool. Love that. Yeah, Kev being the marshal. Good marshaling. Love it. Send them in. That's how we do it. Round 3. Ba-da-bam, bam, bam. All right, I'll go with people that look for their ball too long and in the wrong spot. Now, I get when we're playing at Muni courses and stuff like that, there's balls that you're like, this should be here. Like, where the fuck is it? And looking for it. But there comes a time where you just got to say la vie to your ball and fucking saddle up, take the stroke, and play a new one. But yeah, there's just nothing that kills me more than go on.
I was gonna say that's the situation where you get that drop for free without the out of bounds.
Exactly.
The ball should be there. Take a drop. We're not making you play OB. It should be there.
I've heard it called a provisional. You drop where you think it's gonna be, or with your boy, and you just play it straight up from there. But there is, I mean, people steal balls all the time. I couldn't tell you how many times a fucking group's walked by my ball and it's been gone. But yeah, no, don't look for your ball for too long. And honestly, if you're shitty, just fucking put 2 or 3 in your pocket and just take the stroke. It's one more stroke to your 95. Who gives a shit?
100%.
And you hit a drive 250 one time. Not every drive is going to be at the 250 marker. So just know that. But yeah, that's mine. Looking for your ball too long. Simple.
Yep.
Number 3. Go for it.
So a couple different ways I could go with this. I think I'm going to go with when some of your game is right, but the other parts of your game are not right. For once in your life, you're hitting pipers right down the fairway, but now you can't hit an approach shot. Or you hit the pipe down the fairway and the approach shot, and now you're 3-putting. It's always something. Having everything going at the same time is really the key to golf and why we all suck at it. And that shit pisses me off. I just hit a fucking drive. I never hit good drives. Why did I end up with the triple bogey? It makes no sense.
It honestly like kills me because it's always that when you hit the good drive, you got confidence walking up to the ball, and you always fucking hit a little dribbler, hit one 5 feet, and it's just like it negates the whole drive.
Hit your second shot out of bounds when you're in the middle of the fairway. Like it's like, what is going on?
Yeah. Have you ever had a day where everything's lined up perfectly? I mean, yeah, neither have I. I've had one where everything's all right, and that was my best round ever, but I've never had a day where I'm like on.
Yeah, no. And if I could have one thing be off, it would be my driver.
I think that's
when the days where my driver's off are probably my best days. If I'm hitting good shots, like, my second shot's good.
Right.
I'm chipping, I'm putting, I'm doing what I have to do. I feel good about myself.
See, and
I think it's, yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, sorry for cutting you off. I was going to say, you play smart too. You don't pull out if you're not hitting the driver well, you'll leave it in the bag. I have to hit it. If it's a driving hole, I'm like, I'm going to get it right this time. But
right.
never do.
Real.
But I like that one.
That's mine.
Short and long game. Now, a question, I guess, kind of going off of this. What do you think is more impressive in golf, the hole-in-one or a double eagle? So a 2 on a par 5 or a hole-in-one?
A 2 on a par 5 is more impressive.
Yeah, you think so?
But I think a hole-in-one is worth celebrating more.
I guess that
any old Joe Schmo can hit a hole-in-one. You're on a par 3. We all have that capability.
Right. I've seen 5-year-olds get lucky and shit like that.
Yeah. We all have that capability. The double eagle, albatross.
Yeah, albatross.
Albatross. Yeah. You have to be a legit golfer to do that.
Right.
I don't see any.
It requires a good drive and then a good either wood or iron in, which is crazy.
And in most cases, it's gonna have to be a nice long putt.
Well, no, because it's a 2 on a 5. So you're driving and then you're hitting
still harder.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like that's 2 good shots as opposed to 1 good shot. I guess that's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, I guess a hole-in-one sounds better than an albatross.
No, it does, and it's worth celebrating more, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't buy rounds for an albatross.
You just don't, but you tell your kids about it for sure.
For sure. Round 4.
And everyone else you meet the rest of your life.
Oh, every time I'm paired with someone else on a golf course that's not a friend that hasn't heard the story.
Oh,
Tell the albatross story.
We're at a bar. Oh, have you met Jim? Oh, he got an albatross.
Exactly. I would pay my friends like $10 to bring it up, so I have to tell the story. So good.
Girls are like, he got a what? What STD?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good one. An alba what? All right, round 4. This one always I feel like happens after a shitty hole, and so it pisses you off even more. But leaving a club behind on a hole.
Oh wow!
And it's just like it's a day ruiner because one, you don't know which hole it is at first. You're trying to think of the last time you used the club. You're going through all your shots.
You're embarrassed. You don't want to take the cart from your friends and be like, yeah, guys, I gotta go.
Right. And go past all the groups fucking behind you saying, oh, did you guys see a club hanging out here? And most of the time, third, I can't find my club. I'm not in the fairway most of the time. I hate to break it to you, so I have to like retrace shots, cut across fairways while people are playing, and like you say, it's just embarrassing and it's just not good. I have 30-year-old clubs, full set, and losing one of those would be bad, losing it for good.
And the marshal will come by with the club, give that. Oh, someone you forget something. That's their classic line.
Just
forget something.
the worst. Yeah, there's nothing good about leaving a club behind. But yeah, I would say that's a solid fourth for me. And like I said, it's usually after a shitty hole and you're frustrated anyways, and it just adds. Oh god. But yeah. Now, if you find a club, what are you doing with the club? Are you leaving it there, taking it with you to find the group ahead, and then turning it into clubhouse at the end of the round, or taking it with you, putting it in your bag, and if no one asks for it, it's yours?
Oh, it's the first one. I'm
Leave
leaving it. Yeah, that's what I want someone to do for me.
I feel that.
Option two is not bad. Option two is not bad, but I would want it to be exactly where I left it.
Yeah, and I feel like that makes the process so much easier. You can retrace and know. I don't want to say guilty of option three, but there's been clubs that have been. I go to a course where it's like I was chipping like multiple days in a row, and like they're just there after the third day, like a nice 60. So I'll put it in the bag, go the next day, and
Give it a happy home.
no one's and then my scorecard just fucking blew up. I mean,
No.
bad juju. It was crazy. It was like immediately. I was shooting like 110s. Yeah, horrible. And then I gave the club away, back down to the mid nines. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It was obviously all mental, but yeah. Not a fan of leaving the club. That's round 4 for me. And here you go.
Now, this is what pisses me off more than anything on the list.
Wow.
It should have been the number one pick, but it was, I don't know. There was other things that I felt were more fitting. Chunking the ball. Hitting the big ball first, there's nothing that actually enrages me more than that. That's what makes you throw the club. That's what makes you let out a legit fuck, like an actual pissed off, genuine fuck this shit, fuck.
Yeah. And I mean, there's just nothing worse. There's no salvaging that. At least if you top a ball, you get some top spin, you get a few yards on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you chunk a ball, it's just fucking demoralizing.
It's so bad. And that's genuinely the next step in my game. I'm already, I would say, a 90 golfer who has 10 chunks around.
That's, yeah. You cut that down to half, and your fucking scorecard would, I'm sure, cut off probably 6-7.
All my shots are fine, besides the ones that aren't actual shots. Like, if you just give me mulligans on all my whatever, it's a much different round.
Right. Now, let's say we played 2-ball golf where you could hit as many second balls as you want, right? So not more than 2. What do you think your score would end up being?
In the 80s.
You think? Nice.
In the 80s. Yeah, I think in the 80s.
Yeah.
Maybe not, though. But I think my
chances,
think
would be.
I would improve as a player from that 2-ball golf more than others would improve as a player from 2-ball golf. So the score of my 2-ball would be drastically better than the score of my 1-ball. Right. Whereas someone like Chad, it's like,
right, he's playing decent golf already. Yeah.
He hits a better shot.
Yeah.
You know.
Makes sense. Yeah. I think I'd be the same way. Because I have too many of those like flubs, little chunks where it's like you can't be doing that.
Pisses me off.
But yeah, nothing. I guess that one was almost too obvious. I didn't have it on the list, but yeah, for sure, chunking a ball just really grinds your gears.
I got one more I want to pick, so fingers crossed you don't take it here.
Bam, bam, bam. All right, so I'm just gonna walk through some of these now that it's the last round. Oh, okay. I guess this one's easy. I feel like I'm usually the guy most prepared. For golf, anything, I got most of the stuff, right?
Balls, sunscreen, glasses, gloves, tees.
100%. So my most frustrating thing is can I borrow blank guy?
That's me.
I guess you can, but like you haven't had teas in 3 months. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You make more than me. I don't know what this is. But yeah, can I borrow your, can I try your club this, like, for this, can I try
Yeah.
your driver? And it's like, yeah, I guess sure.
Hey, can you mark that for me? Oh, I don't got one, bro.
Yeah,
Can I borrow yours?
exactly.
I brought my marker.
It just,
Bring a penny.
anything, have a tea in your pocket and mark it, literally anything. But
Use
like,
a Zin.
that's a good one. I've never used that.
Oh yeah.
That's so good. But yeah, no, I don't even care about the clubs because my clubs are shit. And even if I had good clubs, it's like whatever. But like, yeah, just the little things like the teas, the sunscreen, can I have a sip of water? It's like, what the fuck? Are we in middle school? No, like,
Yeah. Adult, prepare yourself.
prepare yourself. Yeah. So, however you want to label it, under preparedness or the can I borrow this guy? Either way, that's my number 5.
Nice. Frets would never.
Who?
Best golfer in the Frets, our roommate. Best golfer in the house just walked in the door.
Love that, Frets.
Looking tan too. Looking mighty tan, brother. Hard work.
What'd he say?
I don't know what he said, but some dirt under the fingernails for sure.
Wow, a hard working blue collar man. You don't see many of those in America anymore. Salute to you, Fret.
He's a rare breed. Frets.
Frets. Salute, man.
It's a last name, but yeah,
that's a sick nickname. I'm about it. Number 5. All right, finish us off here. Take us home. 5th pick of the draft. Final.
Talking the backswing. Don't talk in my backswing. Don't talk in my backswing. Don't have a conversation while I'm putting. The moments of silence on the golf course are the best thing we have.
I agree.
Let the drama build as I'm about to sink this putt. You know what I mean? I don't need any farts or any jokes. And this goes for those birds/drones too. Birds are the worst culprits. They'll just
at the worst
right
time, right? Exactly. As soon as they see the club go back, it's like the fucking shiny catches their eye and they fucking have to do it. It's crazy.
Again, drop another, take another, my boy. If that happens to you in the tee box, I don't care if we're competing.
Right, exactly.
I would want another, you get another.
For sure. And I think I would put on the same class like the fucking idiots that have no awareness that shadows are in your tee box, like on your ball or on your putting line. It's like, dude, 2 steps back. This is not that hard of a concept. I don't get what we're doing here.
Or the music blasters.
I have that on the list. I hate music on the golf course. I don't even care if it's low and in the carts. Like, I'm not here to listen to music. Keep it to yourself.
I'm not either. I'm okay with the low and in the cart. That doesn't bother me. But the thing is like, it's a golf course, right? Like, this doesn't need to be party central. We don't need to be blasting music while I'm swinging. Like,
right.
Have it far enough away from the tee box and low enough to where when we're swinging, we don't hear it. If you want to blast it while you're driving up to your ball, sure. But, don't make me be the guy. Can you turn down that music? Like, it shouldn't be loud enough where I have to ask you to turn down the music. Right. You know? Especially when you bring your own speaker. That's when it really gets bad.
Exactly. I speakers should be banned from the golf course. I hate
they really should.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, I like that one. The backswing. I mean, that's another obvious one I didn't even have. But yeah, that one will just fucking, because it's most of the time it's not malicious too, right? They're just like finishing up what they were saying, but it's like you had all the time in the world. You don't have to do it now. Love it. Now, did you have any honorable mentions that you didn't make the list?
I don't know, when they don't have a fucking like food options.
Yeah,
that just pisses me off. You're coming around the turn, you didn't even check. You don't know. Right. You're checking when you're on the 8th hole. Do they have food? They don't.
What the fuck? Oh,
I'm gonna have to eat peanuts from the cart girl. Yeah, like what's
not good.
Come on. Yeah.
I like that. I had that on my list, and then the other one, I don't.
Losing balls.
Which one?
Losing balls.
Yeah, losing balls. Yeah. I don't play at good enough courses, but like cart path only, like that shit pisses me off. That should have made my list, but yeah, when the
cart stops working.
Yeah, when you go, it's like, God. Dude, what are we doing? Like, I would have just walked if I knew this was gonna be, you know what I mean? Because most of the time they spring it on you on the first tee, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? But yeah, no, that one would have been my honorable mention. But
I like it. Yeah. Good call.
Yep. Well, thanks for doing this, my dude. That was a good one. Flew by.
Another good one for sure.
Just in the books. Love it. Until next time, adios, my dude. Wow, I love that little Bruce Lee, some K-Rate. Peace.